Good evening from Helsinki, Finland. My name is Claire, this is my travel channel Claire's Footsteps. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have about 24 hours in Helsinki and hopefully I'm going to make the most of my time and check out some of the very best things to do here. This is technically my second time on Finnish soil, though I'm not that sure if I can count the first time. We just crossed over into Finland earlier on this year when we were doing a Northern Lights chase in northern Norway. So I've technically been on Finnish soil before, but this is the first time I've properly been to Finland, and I'm really excited. Even though I've only got a day here, I'm really excited to see what this country has to offer. So I'm just at the Christmas markets in Leite Square, which is where the main Christmas markets of the city are. So let's go and check them out. I've just been in Estonia. I've been touring around all the Baltic countries and I got the boat over to Helsinki, and actually it got down to minus 13 degrees in Tallinn. It feels warmer in Helsinki, like, don't get me wrong, it's still freezing, there's still snow on the ground, but I think it's about -5, which is tropical really compared to the temperatures in Estonia. Go and take a look at my Estonia video if you haven't already. It is a cold one. Right, I've had a little look around. The interesting thing about this Christmas market is that they've actually separated the food and drinks bit. So you've got this kind of little like food court almost, which actually has quite a nice atmosphere because there's tables and stuff to sit at as well. So it would be quite a nice market to come to kind of just hang out. And then all around that they've got the gifts, and there's good stuff here. There's some different stuff, but it's Finland, so it's very expensive. Food-wise, there's kind of your sausages, just your standard Christmas market fare really. My camera and my phone are running out of battery and I do need to find my hotel, so I'm just going to run up the top of these steps to the cathedral and have a quick look at the view from the top, and then I need to go and find my hotel. I got the tram out to my hotel and then checked into the hotel, which is apparently Finland's leading, and let's do a room tour. So we've got a big mirror here, and then lots of pegs here for hanging things, a couple of stools and a bigger chair. Some nice, I like the design of these shelves, some nice shelves that look like they're hanging. And then here we have two bins. We have a bio bin, so for food and things, and recycling actually as well, and a non-recyclables bin. That's really, really good. Love a good sustainable initiative. Got some more pegs here, a lot of pegs in this place, and we've got a little sink here, which is interesting. Maybe there's not a sink in the bathroom, haven't checked yet. Then another big mirror here, so plenty of mirrors. A few more shelves here, there's loads of storage space, and then tea and coffee making facilities behind. Then we've got the bed here. The bed looks like it's one of those that pulls down from the wall, but obviously it is pulled down. In normal Nordic style, there are 2 blankets on the bed, and there's a huge TV here, and it feels pretty comfortable. Am I going to be able to film the bathroom before my camera runs out of battery? So we've got a shower here just behind me, and then there's a tiny sink here. I guess the other sink there is a bigger one because this one's really, really small. And then toilet, and we've got hairdryer, we've got fresh towels. Seems like a very modern, very sustainable hotel, which I'm really liking. They've got a lot of conference facilities, so they seem quite, it's actually called Hotel and Work, so it seems quite focused on business travellers. But this is good for me. My only complaint, especially as a hotel that seems to pride itself on having its working facilities, is there's not a desk in the bedroom, and I need to do a bit more work now. So I guess I'll just sit on my chair and have my laptop on my lap, but that would have been nice to have a proper desk, which seems a bit strange. But anyway, other than that, all good. Right, I need to charge my camera now. I really wanted to go to a spa while I was in Finland, but because of time constraints, I thought it made the most sense to go to my hotel spa this evening. So that is what I'm doing. That's why I sort of came back to the hotel, had some ramen, and then decided to do the spa now at 8 PM. Should have about an hour and a half there, and then hopefully I can go, well, I've still got to upload my video, but I'm finished editing it from yesterday from my Tallinn video, but then I should be able to relax and hopefully get a good night's sleep. So, spa time. Good evening. I can't believe it's the last night of my trip. Oh, feels a bit sad. I've had such a good time, but I'm so tired. Like 5 countries and however many kilometres in 8 days is a lot. But it has been so much fun. Tomorrow the plan is I need to leave for the airport about 4:30 p.m. I've got a walking tour booked at 11 and that will finish at 1, and I'm gonna see if I can get over to this UNESCO World Heritage Island, but I'm gonna have a little look in the morning and devise a plan. So plan is get up, get packed, get into the city centre, probably get a cinnamon swirl from somewhere, and then go for the walking tour, and then hopefully manage to go over to this island as well, and hopefully that'll give me a good feel of Helsinki. Obviously there's many more things I could see, but it should give me a little introduction at least. So yeah, that is that, and then I will get to the airport and fly back to England, and then I've got a nice late night bus to factor in to get back to Devon, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So this is quite a cool feature of this room. When I want to go to sleep, I can just press all off. Good night. That didn't work. Alright, I think I just pressed this one. Good night. So this is how I'm dressing for a Finnish winter's day. So we've got base layer, leggings and a long sleeve tee. 3 pairs of socks. This is my next layer. I wouldn't really recommend wearing jeans, but they're all I have, and these aren't too bad, they're fairly lightweight. So I've got another fleece jumper on. Next layer. So those are my 3 trouser layers done, and I'm going to put one more jumper on before I put my coat on. I do not recommend shoes like these. I recommend bringing proper snow boots, but I had to work with what I had. 3rd jumper, hat, scarf, gloves are in my pocket, and finally, my big coat. Hi, good morning. I need to get going because I need to meet my walking tour guide in an hour, and I need to get some coffee and probably a cinnamon pastry first. So let's go. I need to, well, I think I've sussed out the trams already. So yeah, let's go into Helsinki Centre, because where I'm staying again is quite far out. And the reason I did so was because this hotel was quite nice, but obviously you're paying less because it's far out. Anyway, let's get going. Here's a quick look at the lobby of the hotel. I absolutely loved how it was all set out, but it was very workation vibes. It was cool. Then I took a tram to the centre. I had an all-day travel card, which was only €9.
It sounds very nice, and it seems like you are okay with it. Okay.
So I did a very chilly walking tour around the centre of Helsinki, saw a lot of the highlights. It was cold, but I was layered up, so it was all right. The Baltic Sea here was absolutely like frozen, like literally frozen. I'll go into this cathedral a little bit later and tell you all about that. This was an interesting statue. It's a woman shielding her face from the sun coming up after a winter, and this was cool. The black pods here are saunas. The rest aren't, and this is an actual sauna that's right on the Baltic Sea, so if you want to dip in the Baltic Sea then go in the sauna, here's your chance. Walking tour is finished. Oh, very interesting. Learnt a lot about Helsinki that I did not already know, and now I am just waiting for the ferry over to Suomenlinna. It's probably pronounced wrong, apologies if it is. Visiting the island of Suomenlinna is completely free, you just need to pay for the transport, but if you have a day card, which costs €9, that is the ferry is included in the price of your day card. So actually it's a really good budget thing to do in Helsinki. So I decided I'd just get on the boat. I don't know if I'll have that much time to actually see the island, but if anything, I'm getting a free coastal cruise of Helsinki. Not that many people seem to be choosing the outside deck. I wonder why. I seem to have chosen it. I guess I'll get better views, but I think it's going to get quite cold. Finland used to be under Swedish control, and when it was, in the mid-18th century, this castle was built on this collection of islands. It was originally called Sveaborg, which is the Swedish name for the islands. However, in 1808, Russia invaded Finland, and Finland was subsequently under the Russian Empire. This meant that obviously these islands fell into Russian hands. In the Russian era, this fortress and islands were known as Viapuri, and this is why today you'll see a real mix of Swedish and Russian architecture. The Russians built upon the fortress quite significantly. Ironically, the aim of the fortress originally, the reason why it was built by the Swedes, was to defend against Russian invasion, which obviously didn't really work. When Finland gained independence in 1918, I believe, this obviously then passed to Finnish control, and nowadays it's seen as a symbol of great pride. And the Finnish renamed it Suomenlinna. Again, so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And it's been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since the 1990s. So visiting this site is completely free. You can pay to go into some museums. I did just have a little look at the Suomenlinna Museum, but it is €8 to go in, and seeing as I have limited time here, I did decide to just look up the history on Wikipedia instead, which I don't normally do. I do normally choose to go to the museum, but I'm on a time budget and a money budget, so that was the best thing to do in this instance. But let's go and have a little look at the fort, which, as I say, is all free to do. So just behind me is the Suina Church. Now Suomenlinna has always had inhabitants. When the fort was first built, it was more military inhabitants, but nowadays it is quite a big civilian society, about 800 people, so big for the island, but not that big. But this church was built for the Russian Orthodox population back in the mid-19th century. And what I thought was quite interesting about this church is that there's a lighthouse on top, because obviously given its coastal location, that was quite significant. So yeah, it's a church and a lighthouse in one. I'm going for the inside area on the way back. Just walking past the saunas again as well. Really wish I had time to use these because they're so cool. They're right on the ocean. They remind me of a sauna I went in Tromsø in Norway, and then you can dunk into the sea and then you go straight into the sauna. Obviously that's a very Finnish thing, a very good Finnish cultural thing. So what you could do is like follow the kind of itinerary that I've done today and then end it with a few hours in that sauna. Oh, that's quite a good shot. So behind me is Uspenski Cathedral. This is a Russian Orthodox cathedral, and it was built during the times when Finland was part of the Russian Empire, I believe in the 1860s. It's a very majestic cathedral, and it's one of the largest of its kind in this part of Europe, maybe even the largest. And when it was built, it was actually the tallest tower, like peak, what do you call it, tallest point of Helsinki. But actually they made the Helsinki Cathedral, which I'm going to go to in a moment, they made that taller in the end when Finland became independent. I like this area of the city. Very frozen Baltic Sea right now. That is all ice. But this is really cool. Loads of little restaurants and stuff, and there should be the cafe that I was planning on going to here as well. Finland are the most coffee drinking nation in the world. Some people have 8 to 9 cups a day apparently. So I thought that was definitely worth experiencing. Oh, look at this, so pretty. This was a lovely little cafe. I had an oat milk cappuccino and a cinnamon bun. It was expensive, it came to €9 for the two of them, but it was very, very tasty. This was probably the best cinnamon bun that I've ever had. So behind me, there we go, first there's the Christmas market and then there is Helsinki Cathedral. This cathedral started to be built in 1830. It was originally called St Nicholas Church until Finland's independence in 1918. Nowadays it's sometimes called the IKEA church and this is because the inside is very basic, it's nothing fancy, it's just, well, you can see it. I took some video when I went in there earlier. Another fun fact is when they built this church, the dome was actually too small to house the bell, so the bell is located in another building that's right next to the church. I also had visiting the National Library of Finland on my to-do list, but unfortunately this was not possible. Oh, that's a shame. The library is closed on Saturdays, so yeah, can't go in there unfortunately, but I did see a picture of it earlier and it looks quite, I'm not going to say quite Hogwarts vibes, but quite just like old worldy library vibes. It looked very nice, so it would be nice to pop in and have a little look, and also a very good thing to do in the winter as well when it's very cold. Oh, those are the bells in the, not the cathedral. After that, I just took a 10-minute walk to Helsinki station because it was sadly time for me to go to the airport and get my flight. I've made it to Helsinki Central Station. I'm here quite early actually, so I should hopefully be able to get a train even earlier than the one I was aiming for. I just need to grab a ticket because my 24-hour transport pass that I bought yesterday has now expired, so I need to grab a ticket, find the train going to the airport, and then yeah, get to the airport. It's the end of my Baltics trip and I'm quite sad about it. I've had a really, really good time. I like the station. It's these machines that I needed. I am on the train to the airport now. That was really, really easy. It cost €4.10 and I think they leave from the main station about every 10 minutes. And to be honest, probably takes the same time or maybe even quicker as a taxi, so definitely worth taking the train rather than trying to organise a taxi to the airport. I was told that they are about €70, which is crazy prices. So yeah, airport is my next stop. Had a really good day in Helsinki today. It's been really, really nice to see all the attractions of the capital and just experience a Finnish winter. I feel like it's worth experiencing just to see what it's like. Shame I couldn't go in the library, but other than that I saw everything that I wanted to see, and I would have liked to do the sauna by the sea as well, but I did do a sauna last night, so I decided against that one today because I didn't have that much time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the end of this series, but I will be back with another Vlogmas episode tomorrow, so do stay tuned for that. Please subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a like, and I will see you next time. Bye!